history on this side of the river. If you see, it says the General Robert Darrow approach to the bridge. General Darrow was a brigadier general in the Marine Corps. Well, we're going to cross our beautiful Audubon Bridge here in just a minute. And on the other approach is Brigadier General John Archer Lejeune, who founded the modern-day Marine Corps. And we in Pointe Coupee have 7 generals from the military. Wow. In our little parish, it's 21,000 people, and has been for the last 100 years. So we have a very rich military history, and to have those 2 distinguished gentlemen from both sides of the river right here, you know, we're pretty proud of that. Pointe Coupee Parish was established about 300 years ago, and we were under Spanish rule, French rule. You know, we've had a long history, and it's all based around this beautiful river. So the original settlement, when we get up on the bridge, I can show you where it was. We used to have a ferry here where this bridge is. So I grew up crossing the ferry, and it was a mad dash if you were running late, you know, because then you had to wait 30 minutes. But I was talking with Carlin when we were driving over, and I was just remembering what it was like when you were waiting for the ferry, where everybody got out of the car and visited. And then we got pralines from Miss Mary, who was selling them at the landing. And then we got on the ferry, the horn blew, scared everybody to death. You know, so you watch everybody jump and laugh. And then we all got out of our cars and visited some more. So, you know, in true Southern style, it was a big social gathering. And that was during the day, during the night, it didn't matter what time of day. Our biggest crop now, historically that wasn't always the case, but the largest producing crop in Pointe Coupee Parish at this time is sugarcane. And we grow about 65,000 acres of sugarcane, and the financial, you know, impact in Pointe Coupee is it's about 25 million a year. So it's really huge, and we'll pass some sugarcane farms along the way. And you can see all these trees and all the foliage. Well, that's all due to the Mississippi River, because the soil is so rich that things just grow like wild here. So in Pointe Coupee Parish, we're surrounded by 3 rivers: the Mississippi, the Chapalaya, and the Red Rivers. And the river, actually, where we're going to have lunch today, is False River. It's an oxbow lake. The Mississippi used to run there, and in like 1713 it changed course and left behind this beautiful lake that we'll dine on today.
Morel's has been around since 1926. It started as a cafe and a hotel on that grassy lot over there, but it's no longer there. So in 1982 there was a little bait shop that was down the hill, and they moved their restaurant down here to the bait shop. Once they went through lots of floods, it burned down once, and then they just, every time they would rebuild, they made it a little bit bigger. So now it's one of the few places that can be built over the water. So they have stipulations now about building over the water.
Back in the day, there were no roads.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to meet Steve Bergeron, who is the owner of Bergeron's Pecans. They sell all over the world with their famous pecans right here. They shell them, they pick them, they shell them, and ship them out straight from New Roads here.
Our Houston guest,
yes,
last year, the year before, the last year really,
yeah,
received them. Either the chocolate, well,
yeah,
yeah.
So you're gonna. I hope none of you have a nut allergy, because you're about to go home with a lot of nuts. Yes. So, Yeah, so Mr. Steve's here. He brought his original Bajon pecans there for you on the table. We also got his cousin who makes the candied ones, and those are the company Pointe Coupee Pecan, and those are chocolate, candied, and roasted. You're also getting some of those as well. Oh. So you should be totally nutted out. Like I said last night, the #1 sugar producing parish in Louisiana out of 23 parishes. There's 11 sugar mills left in Louisiana. One of them is here in Pointe Coupee Parish, and her dad owns it. So during COVID, she lived in New York. She was working art galleries. COVID shut her down. She came home to the farm and realized her cousin that was doing this distillery it just wasn't going as planned. So she stepped in and rebranded to Oxbow, which is Oxbow Falls River, and so the sugars and the molasses that comes straight out of the sugar cane that's planted here in our parish goes directly downtown Baton Rouge to her distillery where they make rum. So she had a pet emergency this morning.
Oh, I understand.
But her husband's here and he's just as cool. So and she may show up eventually. So his name's Revel. He's down there getting those welcome drinks ready. And you'll get to taste some of their rum that is milled straight from the fields right here in Pointe Coupee.